Alright, so it's Maintenance Mondays again, and today we're out on the golf course. We're going to do some maintenance for those of you who are like me and love being out on the golf course. Yesterday was the Quicken Loans Yesterday was the Quicken Loans National Golf Tournament. Tiger Woods' actual sponsored tournament. His golf foundation sponsors that tournament. And while he was there, he answered some questions, of course, about his game, where he is, and things that he would like to see happening and doing in the world of golf. And as far as Tiger's return, I've been asked that question. They asked him the question, do you think he's going to make it back? And one of the questions I hear a whole bunch is, do you think he can get Jack? Do you think he can get his record? And if you had asked me last year, I still would have said yes. I would have been a little bit more doubtful because I felt that he was rushing to get back. But now that you can see that he is methodically taking his time and making sure his back is as healthy as it can be, I just feel 100% confident. Not only is he going to get Jack's record, but I think he'll beat it by at least 4 or 5 tournaments. I think he'll get... I want to believe that Tiger can get 25 majors. I really do believe that he can do it. But it all comes down to what it is that he's doing to keep his body at the peak of performance, especially after 3 back surgeries. Because once you have 1 back surgery, you're already in a hole. But 3 is a whole nother monster. But if you're doing the maintenance that you need to keep your body doing the things that you want it to do, there's no reason why Tiger can't win 25 plus majors. It just, is he doing his maintenance like he needs to be doing? Which I do believe he's doing now, because you can see it in the way he stands. He doesn't have to stand with that arc in his back anymore. He kind of stands like he used to, that real strong, upright stance. You can see that his core muscles are doing their job. His back isn't doing all this overwork by itself. And I think that's a real big factor in the fact that he is getting where he needs to be so that he can do what he wants to do on the golf course. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of stretches and exercises you can do and put in your own maintenance routine to get you ready to play the best golf that you can play. All right, so the first stretch is a barrel stretch. What you're gonna do, you're gonna clasp your fingers, you're gonna step 1 foot in front of the other, and you're just gonna reach forward and kind of rotate, lift this stretch out in that upper back. Let it loosen itself up. You wanna go both directions, to the left and to the right. Of course, you don't have to turn and pivot to do that. You can stay facing one direction. Just wanna loosen that back up best you can. So a stretch that we all know, next stretch, you're gonna stretch out that upper trap. What you're gonna do, you're gonna grab back of your head, down the shoulder blade, nice and easy, pull and stretch away. Head, back of that shoulder, pull and stretch. All right, the next stretch we got for your neck, we're going to stretch out those muscles in the front of your neck. What you're going to do, you're going to put your head down, and then you're going to rotate your head and try to look up toward the sky. Stretch these muscles in the front of your neck out. Same thing the other way. Twisting and trying to look up toward the sky. Stretch your neck out, we need to stabilize it. We need a really good stabilizing exercise. So what we're gonna do a chin tuck, or the chicken exercise, as so many people like to call it. What you're gonna do is take your fingers on your chin, and you're gonna pull your chin straight in to your neck. You're not hunching your shoulders up, you're not rounding forward, you're not bringing your chin down. You wanna feel that you're pulling your chin back. Work on those deep neck muscles that we just stretched out. All right, so next we're going back to my favorite stretch. We get those hips loosened up. You're gonna use your club, use that for support. Cross 1 foot over the other. We're just gonna lean forward and stretch up that hip. The leg in the back, that's gonna be the muscle getting that stretch. With all these stretches, you want to hold for roughly 20 to 30 seconds. Really let those muscles get loose. maybe 2 or 3 times each. Then we'll also get those hamstrings. Use that club as support. Leg straight. Sit that butt back and down. Get that hamstring behind that knee. Then of course, that knee bent, as you can. Really sit down in it and get higher up into that hamstring, into that glute. Now another one, since we got a golf club in our hand, we can try to do our favorite stretch here. Cross that knee over. Stretch that hip out some more. If you're a golfer, of course, you've done this stretch before where you're crossing usually club over your chest and rotating whichever direction it is that you just so happen to swing. But we're going to take that a step further. We're going to take the club, we're going to put it behind your neck, and you want to think you're taking your hand over to that other foot and really stretch and loosen up that spine. You can use the club as leverage to really push. Get yourself to loosen up as you rotate around. Since your arms and your shoulders are such an intricate part of the golf swing, get them loose as well. Just hold your club. It's nice and easy. Big circles. Down to little circles. And work those fine muscles, those fine-tuned, quick twitch muscles. Then back to large. Do the same thing on that other side. Loosen that arm up. Nice big circles. Then work your way to small circles. Then back to large circles again. Of course, if you go one way, you need to go the other, so it'll be the same thing. Start with the big circles, and work your way down to the smaller circles. All right, so the next exercise we got, we're going to get those shoulder blades really awake so that they can do their part in the golf swing. We're going to have a nice bent position here. You don't need your club. You're going to open your hands up and turn your thumbs up to the sky. You're going to keep your head up. You're going to pull your shoulder blades back and squeeze those shoulder blades. Next, we're going to do a bent waist row, but we're going to use your golf club to help guide your hands with this one. Again, you're going to take that bent position, head up, core tight, like always. Again, pulling back, squeezing those shoulder blades. Those hip flexors loose. We don't think about loosening those up, but you're bent over in this position to swing your golf club. You're making those muscles work and getting that working position. Let's get them loose and keep them loose. So again, use your club for stability. You're going to lunge one foot forward and you're going to thrust that hip forward and let that stretch out in that groin. Stretch that hip flexor out. The next thing we got stick squats, or in our case, golf club squats. So what you're going to do, you're going to hold the club in both hands, and as you go down, you're going to reach your hands as high up as you can get them. and you want to make sure you're sitting back and down and not forward and down on your knees. Next thing we got to get loose is going to be one of those movements that's like, well, why do I need to do this for? But how many times you're on the putting green, you got to pick your ball up after your putt, and you're having to do that number there. So what we're going to do, after we're going to ditch the club, we're going to reach down, touch the floor. Alternating, stretching those hamstrings out, keeping that core tight, and working on that balance. Big thing, you gotta keep your chin up, gotta keep that head up. You don't want to get here and round down, because then that's everything that's hurting your back when you go to pick your ball up. If your back is rounded, your head is down. You want your head up, your back straight. If you can't do that one, go ahead, grab your club again, use it for balance. We're just gonna swing that leg up to meet your hand as high as you can. If that meeting that hand is right there to start with, start where you can. Until you can get to the point where you can bring that up higher, or get to the point where you can reach down and touch that opposite toe. I hope those stretches and those exercises help get you loose and ready to play your best round of golf. And as always, be fit, be functional, be blessed.